Alex Fishbein back with you guys again for another Fisch's Friday rant. Russell Westbrook. We watched him and the Thunder take on the Houston Rockets, and in the end, the Houston Rockets were just too much for Oklahoma City. I mean, a lot of us expected that because we know that Harden had the better supporting cast around him. They have the D'Antoni offense where it's, fire up the threes and get fouled and go to the line. That's just what their style of play is. And that kind of thing doesn't bode well for a team like Oklahoma City, who really only has one guy on offense. Houston is very much better equipped than Oklahoma City to win this series. But what we really saw is, now, we always talked about Russell Westbrook not having a great supporting cast. We've said it all season. It's in every single case to make for his MVP award. But and you would watch a game here and there that was on national TV, and you would say yeah, the supporting cast isn't that great. But watching this series really, and I mean really, made you realize that his supporting cast was awful. And hey, I really think that watching this first round series, seeing how Westbrook took this ragtag bunch of guys and at least won a couple games here, I really think that further proves that he should be MVP. And I personally was a Harden guy, thinking Harden should be the MVP. But after watching this, I mean, don't get me wrong, Harden played well, and Harden definitely led his team. But just really seeing night in and night out, all against the same team, how bad the rest of the Oklahoma City Thunder were. I mean, even Steven Adams wasn't as good as he was last season. And that's not really saying much, because it's not like Steven Adams is some kind of star either. So really just seeing them all playing together just consistently every night, and just seeing really how much Westbrook is on the floor, how much he's controlling the ball, how much he's even kind of willing the defense and getting the rebounds and everything. Just, it goes to show you it's just terrible. So going into this offseason, this is huge for them, because their team should not look anything like it does now. There should be trades. There should be better signings. There should be the Thunder should be trying to find the next star to put next to Russell Westbrook now that Kevin Durant's out of the picture. Now, moving on, one person that I think has been on his team should be the one showcasing is Paul Millsap. We know he wants to test free agency, but the Hawks, and they really have to show Millsap why he should stay. Because say the series kept going like it was in the first two games, and the Wizards blow them out, sweep them. Well, then Millsap's definitely going to say, all right, you know what, why should I stay here? We just got swept by the Wizards in the first round, and they were only one seed, it's only a 1 seed difference. They're why should I even be here? I should go somewhere where I have a better chance to compete. But now that the Hawks have flipped the script, now that the Hawks are playing well, and they're starting to click here and may win the first round, there is more hope. There's more, in Paul Millsap's mind, it's hey, we were right there. We were right on the cusp. So maybe if they can bring somebody else in, maybe I'll stay in Atlanta. And so there's really they're right on the border of keeping or leaving. And then the last person, Paul George. I mean, we've been talking about Paul George for a while now, especially because at the trading deadline we kept hearing, they might trade him. And he would love to stay with the Pacers as long as they're competing. So if Larry Bird and the Pacers don't really get a good enough supporting cast for Paul George, then you know what? He's going to say it's time to leave. It's time to go. If you haven't read Dion Waiters' Players Tribune article, please do. I mean, this not only made me gain even more respect for the guy. Now, I must say I already appreciate and I already like Dion Waiters. I'm from the suburbs of Philadelphia, He's from Philadelphia, so, I mean, I've always been a fan of any of the Philly guys, like Lowry, him, all of them. That's just, I just like watching those guys play and seeing them. And even the Morris twins, I also like them too. But I digress. So the fact that he came into Miami and he wasn't even expecting them, he's like, how am I supposed to fit in Miami? Like, why do they really need me? Like, I'm skeptical about it. I just find that interesting because, you know, like, usually you have guys coming into teams like, hey, you need me, show me why, like, show me how you're going to incorporate me. They come in with that confidence. But Waiters was like, I don't think I really fit here. I'm going to go and learn, like, and see what they have to offer, and I'm going to go hear Pat Riley out, but I don't really think this is a fit for me. And then when he was there, like you said, Pat Riley was there. He said, hey, you're going to get in a world-class shape, and you're going to improve. I mean, pretty much I'm kind of paraphrasing here. But, you know, you're going to improve, and you're going to see, like, what we are like here in Miami. And Dion Waiters went down to Miami, and all of a sudden, his narrative was flipped. Everybody talked about Waiters being like the selfish guy and always calling for the ball from Rant and Westbrook. And then a lot of people laughed when he was on the Cavs, and there was just a lot of things of Waiters that was like, ha ha, Waiters. And now we're seeing him like really step into his own, really gain even more confidence, and really see how he works mentally and on the court. And we're saying, you know, this guy has some potential here. Like, Dion Waiters could be a sixth man of the year. He could be a most improved player of the year at some point. And I really think this season has shown not only the Miami Heat, but the entire league that Dion Waiters is a guy you're probably going to want on your team. If you want a guy to come in and give you a spark, Dion Waiters is a very, very good option. And seeing how he got this confidence and how he grew up with getting like his nicknames on the basketball court and going to other guys' home courts, like home playgrounds, and challenging them there on the spot because they beat him a day before and he needed revenge. That just shows this guy has a competitive mindset. It shows that he's not willing to step down to any kind of challenge, and that he is, no matter who he's going up against, whether it's LeBron, whether it's Durant, whether it's Westbrook, Kawhi, whatever, he's going to go at them as if he's the best player in the NBA. And that's the kind of confidence you need to succeed in the NBA. People always say, oh, they're too cocky, they're too this, they're too that. You need that kind of... You can't just walk into a game and be like, these guys are too good for me. I don't know if I can do it. Nobody does that in any sport. And if you do, that's probably why you're either on the bench or cut. That's just how it is. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. Thank you for watching another episode of Fisch's Friday Rant. I'll be back next week with another one, and be on the lookout for another episode of the Atlantic Files, the audio podcast that I host. We just had our 50th episode last weekend, so check that out, and I'll have another one coming up probably about Sunday, Monday. So yeah, definitely check out our website, basketballsocietyonline.com, and we're on Twitter at @bballsociety_. Thank you guys. I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.